This was a few years ago, before I had a cell phone. I was at my in-laws' ranch on my day off helping out with different things around the house while my wife was at work for the day. The ranch had a few different levels. The bottom of the hill was where the house was, and it was surrounded by dirt and gravel. The ranch itself was about 2 miles away from the house up the hill. My father-in-law was working up there while I was working at the house. It was a very warm day. I went to the shed to get the dogs some more water because it was getting really hot outside. After pouring the dogs water, I decided to take a break from working because working in the heat was exhausting. I pulled up a chair next to my wife's dogs, and as soon as I sat down, I saw a tall man walk past the shed in a yellow rain jacket. What is my father-in-law doing in a rain jacket? I thought. I got up and called his name. I walked out of the shed and figured he didn't hear me. As I turned the corner of the shed, so did my father-in-law. The house was huge, and the front porch went all the way around the house. I turned the corner only to see my father-in-law turning around another corner. That was impossible. No matter how fast I was going, I couldn't catch him. I was so concerned about why my father-in-law was wearing a rain jacket in 100-degree weather that I didn't even realize one of the dogs was growling. The growl became louder, and I got a sudden chill when my father-in-law didn't respond to me calling his name. Every corner I turned, I saw a glimpse of his back turning the next corner. Concerned, I went inside the house to call my wife at work. I told her what was happening with her dad, and she was worried he was having heat frustration and was still wearing his earplugs. She told me to go outside, get him, and bring him inside the house and away from the sun. I tried telling her how hard it was to catch him, but she told me just to go help him. I hung up the phone and went to look out the window, hoping to see what direction he was headed. To my surprise, he was standing right outside the window with his head down. The hood of the jacket was on, and I was growing more and more concerned. I ran outside calling my father-in-law's name. The dogs were all barking and growling at this point, and I was actually getting scared. As I ran to the side of the house where I saw him standing from the window, he was gone. I walked back to the front of the house to get the pickup truck. I thought maybe he was heading back up the hill on foot. My heart sank when I heard the crunching sound of tire and gravel. It was my father-in-law pulling up to the house. He wasn't wearing a yellow rain jacket. I ran up to the driver's side and explained what I saw. He said he was at the ranch all morning and was stopping by for lunch, just now. We both looked over at the side of the house because at this point the dogs were snarling and walking very slowly to the side of the house. My father-in-law ran inside and grabbed his shotgun. We each went on opposite sides of the house looking for this man, but he was nowhere to be found. The dogs ran to the gate entrance and continued barking as if they were chasing someone away. We never saw that person again. What was even weirder is that when we tried tracking him, we only saw our boot prints. To this day, whenever I visit the ranch, I usually have the dogs with me.